Imagine the heavy, reverent silence of a dojo, where the only melody is the slow, deep breathing of a group of archers. They hold their bows with the respect one gives a sacred artifact. Yet for years, perhaps even decades, the arrow isn't meant to fly towards a target with the intent to strike. No, the goal is something else entirely. It's the perfect posture, the breath echoing the universe's rhythm, a mind as calm as a windless lake. The master observes not the arrow's destination, but the archer's very soul. You're about to delve into Awa Kenzō's philosophy, discovering how discipline, viewed as an art, transforms common actions into a sacred path for inner growth. How many times have you vowed to start something, to commit to a habit, only for that initial spark of motivation to fizzle out before it even warmed up? For many, discipline sounds like a weighty word, synonymous with deprivation, a tedious sacrifice. But what if I told you that true discipline isn't a chain, but rather the very wings that lift you higher? Today, we're diving into a captivating story from the heart of Japan, where a profound master, Awa Kenzō, transformed the art of archery, Kyudo, from a mere physical skill into a deeply spiritual journey. Through his radical teachings, he's going to show us how the virtue of Ritsu, embodying discipline in Buddhism and samurai culture, isn't about hitting an external target at all. It's actually about molding the archer within. This isn't just an ancient tale. It's a timeless blueprint for anyone grappling with consistency, focus, or the desire for deeper personal development. Get ready. Your understanding of what discipline truly means and what it can accomplish is about to be completely rewritten. It's far more empowering than you think. Prepare to redefine what you thought you knew about cultivating self-mastery. Before we plunge deeper into this extraordinary narrative, could you do us a quick favor? Please subscribe to the Echoes of Asian Wisdom channel for more transformative stories and insights. Give this video a thumbs up, and let us know in the comments which city and country you're watching from. Young, ambitious disciples arrived at Awa Kenzō's dojo, their hearts brimming with dreams of mastering Kyudo, the elegant art of the bow and arrow. They keenly anticipated learning intricate techniques, hoping to accurately hit distant targets with precision that would astound onlookers. Each one felt ready for the challenge, eager to prove their worth quickly. However, their expectations were soon utterly shattered. To everyone's surprise and growing frustration, Kenzō flat out forbade them from even touching their bows for many months. Instead, his requirement was almost brutally simple. They were to spend countless hours day after day training solely on their posture and breathing. Nothing else was permitted. It felt like an eternity. The initial excitement quickly gave way to bewilderment and even a touch of resentment. What's the point? They must have whispered amongst themselves. They craved action, palpable progress, but the master offered only stillness, seemingly mundane repetition that tested their patience to its very limits. It was a bizarre start. This seemingly odd command perfectly illustrates a core principle. True discipline truly begins with the invisible, often overlooked fundamentals. Patience, alongside unwavering dedication to those minute details that might appear utterly insignificant on the surface, forms the rock-solid foundation for any genuine, profound mastery down the line. It's really about the roots. Ritsu starts its profound work not in the immediate, gratifying pursuit of external results, but in the humble, steadfast acceptance of the entire, often arduous process itself. It's about building an internal framework before attempting any external display. That deep inner commitment sets the stage for everything that follows, preparing mind and body. The journey under Kenzō wasn't about instant gratification. It was about cultivating an inner strength, a silent resilience. It taught them that without this groundwork, any external skill would be fleeting, lacking the soulful depth necessary for true wisdom. They were unknowingly forging the very essence of their future archery. After what felt like an eternity of perfecting just posture and breath, the disciples finally received their bows. A wave of hopeful anticipation swept through the dojo. Surely now they'd begin the real training, the exciting part. But Kenzō's next instruction was even more baffling, genuinely disconcerting to their results-driven minds. His peculiar order was this: they must practice the motion of drawing the bowstring and releasing it, but without any arrow. Or if they did use an arrow, they were to aim at the target, without any intention of actually hitting it. Just picture their faces. It sounded like a cruel joke to their eager, competitive spirits. It made no sense. Naturally, a fierce internal debate raged within the disciples' minds. How on earth could they possibly improve their aim, their technique, their overall skill, without the crucial, immediate feedback of whether they had struck the target? Their frustration mounted, a palpable tension in the air. The desire to succeed was overwhelming them. Kenzō, with his calm, knowing gaze, gently explained the profound truth. The burning desire to strike the bullseye, that intense craving for a specific outcome, was an ego-driven attachment. This attachment, he asserted, clouded the archer's mind, making it restless and paradoxically tightened and hardened the body, hindering fluid movement. This disciplined repetition, stripped entirely of any attachment to the desired result, actually liberates the practitioner from the crushing weight of ego and expectation. This is Ritsu, in powerful transformative action, diligently training the mind to reside purely in the present moment, to focus wholly on the doing rather than the having done. It's a profound spiritual exercise, transforming a simple, repetitive movement into a deep, moving meditation. Through this radical approach, Kenzō guided them to realize that the act itself, fully engaged and present, held more power than any outcome. The true aim wasn't the target, but a state of being. With the passage of time, an astonishing metamorphosis began to unfold within Kenzō's dedicated students. The previously disparate elements of posture and breath, once practiced as distinct exercises, began to weave together seamlessly, becoming an indivisible, harmonious whole. Their movements, initially stiff and mechanical, now flowed with an almost ethereal, natural grace. It was as if the archer's very body was transforming, becoming the bow itself. The arm that stretched the bowstring appeared to extend as a direct, fluid manifestation of their soul's intent. Each motion was no longer a forced action, but an organic, elegant expression of their integrated being. They were becoming one with the tool. On exceptionally rare occasions, Kenzō would permit his students to release actual arrows. Yet, his discerning eyes never fixated on the distant target itself. What he observed, with intense scrutiny, was their form, their profound serenity, their absolute presence in the moment. He searched for the subtle shifts within their spirit, and then, a truly remarkable phenomenon began to occur, often to the profound astonishment of the students themselves. Even without that explicit burning intention to hit the bullseye, their arrows consistently flew with an uncanny, breathtaking precision they had never before experienced. It was an almost mystical, effortless accuracy. This striking outcome beautifully illustrates how discipline, Ritsu, harmonizes the body, mind, and spirit into a singular, powerful unit. When internal practice is so deeply internalized and perfected, the external action, whatever it may be, becomes naturally, almost effortlessly, effective. It's a complete and holistic alignment. This elevates what might typically be considered a mere physical activity into a profound, undeniable manifestation of perfect internal alignment. It truly showcases that mastery comes from within, radiating outwards to touch and perfect the world around us. Their quiet dedication had sculpted an unseen power. Years into this unconventional, often perplexing training, one particular disciple experienced a sudden, profound epiphany, a flash of blinding insight that reshaped everything. He suddenly grasped that the true target had never, not even for a moment, been fixed on that distant wall or flimsy paper. It had always been deep within himself. The real battle, he realized with a jolt, wasn't against the external challenges of distance or gravity, or even the fickle wind. It was, instead, a relentless, internal struggle against his own easily scattered mind, his demanding ego, and his constant gnawing impatience. The adversary was not outside but deeply seated within. When he finally expressed this monumental realization to Kenzō, the master simply nodded, a gentle, knowing smile gracing his lips. He quietly confirmed, "Yes, exactly. When you completely become one with the bow, the arrow, and the target, then the strike, the perfect hit, is utterly inevitable." It was the ultimate validation. Kenzō continued, his voice soft but resonant. "And remember, That ultimate target is not a mere piece of wood, nor is it a painted design. That target, my dear student, is the absolute perfection of your very own being. That is where all true mastery resides and unfolds. It was a profound, life-altering truth. This powerful teaching encapsulates the core essence of discipline. In its purest form, it is fundamentally a profound path towards deep self-knowledge and radical self-transformation. It's not about external achievements. It's about forging the inner self. Every single practice, every moment of focus, serves this higher purpose. External mastery, the ability to perform a skill flawlessly, becomes a direct, undeniable reflection of the internal mastery one has cultivated. Ritsu rigorously guides us to meticulously polish our inner self, refining our character, our focus, and our spirit. It's a journey of continuous, dedicated self-improvement from the inside out. Master Kenzō always harbored aspirations far grander than simply training his students to become exceptionally skilled archers. His ultimate aim was for them to evolve into elevated human beings, individuals embodying grace, presence, and unwavering focus in every aspect of their lives, not just within the confines of the dojo. That was his true legacy. He meticulously showed them that the profound principles learned through Kyudo, the unwavering posture, the intentional breath, the absolute presence in each moment, and the crucial absence of attachment to a specific outcome, could be seamlessly and powerfully applied to virtually any task or endeavor in daily life. This was the true gift. Take, for instance, the seemingly mundane act of sweeping the dojo floor. Kenzō encouraged them to approach it with the exact same meticulous attention, the same serene focus, and the same profound reverence as they would a perfect archery shot. Every sweep of the broom became an act of mindful, disciplined engagement, a moving meditation. Or consider preparing tea. Each deliberate, graceful movement, each moment of quiet concentration, was to be infused with the same deep serenity and precise care. Even a simple conversation became an opportunity for heightened presence, for truly listening and responding with their whole being. Life itself was the grand dojo. This powerful concept illustrates that discipline, as profoundly taught by Awa Kenzō, utterly transcends a mere specific skill or activity. It blossoms into an overarching philosophy of life, an entire way of existing in the world. It's a mindset, a practice, that permeates every single moment of your day. It becomes a transformative lens through which to view and engage with existence, a method to elevate every single mundane, everyday action, no matter how seemingly insignificant, into a sacred, deliberate practice of continuous inner and spiritual growth. It's about living a life fully imbued with purpose and mindful intention. The compelling story of Master Awa Kenzō and his dedicated archers isn't just some ancient anecdote plucked from the rich tapestry of Japan's past. It acts as a profound, crystal-clear mirror reflecting back our very own personal journey through life. It truly offers a timeless wisdom that transcends centuries and cultures. Through their experiences, we've learned a crucial lesson. Ritsu, genuine discipline, isn't about blindly following a restrictive set of arbitrary rules, nor is it about harsh self-punishment. Instead, it's fundamentally about the continuous, loving, and diligent polishing of our inner being, the refinement of our true self. For Kenzō, the arrow was never just a mere projectile. It was a potent, outward manifestation of the archer's deepest intention, their absolute presence, and the perfect seamless union between their body and their mind. It carried the weight of their inner state, reflecting their meticulous training and self-control. And the ultimate target? The target, as we've vividly seen, was the archer themselves. Kenzō teaches us that when we consciously apply this profound discipline, this unwavering mindfulness, this deliberate, conscious repetition, to any action in our lives, no matter how small, we transform the ordinary into an act of growth. Whether it's the seemingly simple task of making your bed with full attention, immersing yourself in study, dedicating yourself to your work with purpose, or nurturing your relationships with genuine care, each moment becomes an opportunity. You are actively transforming the mundane into a sacred act of elevation. Awa Kenzō's profound discipline isn't about finding quick fixes or seeking shortcuts to the target of success or happiness. Instead, It heartily invites us to embrace the inherent beauty, the quiet power, and the profound transformative potential found within the path itself, every step of the way. The journey is the reward. It's through this consistent, mindful engagement with the process that we truly elevate, not only our specific skills and external achievements, but, more importantly, the very essence of our existence, our character, and our spirit. It's a holistic approach to living a life well lived, imbued with deep purpose and quiet strength. Thank you so much for joining us on this enlightening journey into the echoes of Asian wisdom today. We truly hope Master Awa Kenzō's teachings have resonated deeply within you. What part of his philosophy struck you the most, and how do you plan to incorporate Ritsu into your own daily life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd genuinely love to hear from you. Please consider subscribing, leaving a like, and we'll see you in the next video.